Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday evening. This is Lisa from Sweet and Sassy Treasures, and I am so glad you are joining me to see this year's Christmas story. I do this every year, and I could not be more excited to show this to you. And I should introduce myself. My name's Lisa. I'm the owner of Sweet and Sassy Treasures. You are watching me on either Facebook or YouTube. And just so you know, I'm on Facebook and YouTube. So you can watch in whichever platform suits you. So let me tell you a little bit. I hope I got the right thing going. I do. About what goes on behind the scenes with my Christmas stories. I think this might be my fourth year in a row. And let me look here and see. I didn't have comments on. Hi, Karen. Hi, Mary Jo. Hi, Hope. Yay. Hi, Deb. So I love creating, period. I love creating journals, but I'm not a journaler. So it's really kind of funny. So it's evolved into more of a Christmas book or a Christmas story. And certainly you could modify it if you wanted to turn it into a journal. So what happens is starting last year, I designed the story around an IOD transfer. And I wanted to continue that tradition this year. So when I saw Kitschy Christmas, let me grab mine real quick here. And I'm probably going to have pieces falling. When I saw Kitschy Christmas, it made me think, here's the cover for it, of all the Christmas cards that we got when I was growing up. And that was back in the day where everybody sent Christmas cards. We lived in a really small house. There were 6 of us, my mom and dad, myself and my 3 siblings. And I don't think it was even 1,000 square feet. But Christmases were just magical. And it started when the Christmas cards started coming in. And I would be so excited to see them and to see who they were from. And this was before everybody, typed out, just to give you an update on my family. So-and-so's doing this and so-and-so is doing that. It would just be, love the Millers, Doris and Al. And so my mom would take them and she would tape them around our door that led to the outside. And when that was full, on the opposite side of the door was like a cutout in a little bit of a wall section. Who knows? I'm thinking in little kids' eyes, it seemed like it was like 6 feet, that wall. And I don't know if that's true, but it had a little cutout so you could see into the living room and into the kitchen that I swear if you had go-go gadget arms, you could reach from one end to the kitchen to the other. But it was home and it was magical, and Christmases were just the best. And so that's what this reminds me of. Hi, everybody. And maybe that will make you think of those times as well. And so I knew that this was the one that I had to use. And so it was like, okay, well, what's the story going to be? And looking at the images, I started thinking about, I need to set this down, waiting every week and looking in the TV guide and looking to see when my favorite shows were going to be on. And in the first, my most favorite was Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and then Charlie Brown Christmas. And then Frosty the Snowman, that was another one. And then when I got into school, one of my favorite stories was The Gift of the Magi. And for some reason, that's the only place I would see it is in school. And just the story about, and if you're familiar with the story, then you'll remember this, but my daughter wasn't. And so she's got this beautiful long hair. She loves to brush her hair sitting at a glorious vanity every night. and her husband has this beloved pocket watch, and they just absolutely love one another. So they have a hard time, having extra money, and they wanted to do something really special for one another. So he pawns, I hope I'm not ruining the story for anybody, but he pawns his pocket watch to buy her a beautiful hairbrush. And she cuts her hair to buy him whatever you would call that metal thing, that you would attach to a pocket watch. And it's just like the best, most heartwarming story. And so that's where my inspiration, long story short, where my inspiration, oh, you did the same thing with your cards, Lisa, for this year's project. That's a separate thought. What I knew I wanted to do was I had run across the Tim Holtz mini clipboards, and they're so fun. They're like, what are the measurements? Let me see. They're 4.5 by 7. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that would be really cool to use that as like my journal cover. But then I thought, well, I could put the journal in the little clampy thing too. And so it just snowballed into what you're going to see now. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you. I got my so this is my supply list. And I know people are going to ask. First, I have very limited availability, and I'm constrained by one of the products that I need for this, and time, right? So I will try and make sure that I can accommodate everybody who wants one. But other people have asked me if they can do the workshop only. So there will be that option, and you will get this download. Because with my website, you have to have a download. It's just like the only way I can do anything virtual where it doesn't charge you sales tax or a delivery fee. So let me see here. I'm going to switch this over. Okay. And I may have to go on something taller, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I got one more light I can turn on. And you're going to get tired of me telling you all the behind the scenes stories. Hopefully that makes it a little bit better. Okay, so everything that I just said is going to make a lot more sense now. So here is the Tim Holtz clipboard. And I have scrapbook paper on there, and I finished it to make it look old. This is all layered. And this little girl is in the Kitschy Christmas transfer. And what's she doing? She's reading a Christmas story. And that happened accidentally. So I thought of the idea before I realized that those went together so well. So there's that. And then we've got a bow, and I'm not going to go through how this was all created because you'll see that. And then there's this tag, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with that. And on this side, I have the coordinating scrapbook paper. This is made out of wood. And then it just says Christmas. But on this side, it says, what is the meaning of Christmas? It turns out everything we needed to know, we learned as a child through the magic of Christmas stories. So that I have hanging off part of, and I have to find a better way to attach it. But part of that, I don't have it knotted, but part of that clamp up top. Hi, Shannon. So then what you do is, let me back up. This whole thing, it's like 3.5 inches. It will actually stand up, which was super important to me. So it is constructed so that the clipboard is centered over the box and it's flush. So the whole thing will actually stand up. So when you open this up, it's attached to the top of the box. It has a closure. The box is stamped with a stencil and gold metallic paint. And I'll talk about the supplies in a minute. So you open this up and you go right to the box. I just realized I forgot to seal that, but I'll do that. So this is the part that I think I'm most proud of and most excited about, because I wanted this to be like a shadow box, and I wanted it to be sealed with plastic. So it is. I wanted it to be dimensional, and I wanted it to be sparkly. And I wanted it to be able to close still. So, oh, thank you. Thanks, you guys. The whole thing, I say this every year. There's no way I'll be able to surpass my feelings for this next year. Last year's was super special because it was about different kinds of feels for Christmas, but this is my favorite. There's like no question about it. So keep in mind, this was the last thing that was done. So I needed this to tie into what's over here. So it's peace on earth, goodwill toward men. And then over here, I had to, make it coordinate. So that same paper is on the inside of the box. This will change. It's random. It's just going to be real random. You don't see it, but everything else will be identical. I can't think of the words I'm looking for right now. Thank you, Doris. Thank you so much. So let me read you the story. And I'm like, okay, how many stories am I going to include? And it ended up, Charlie Brown Christmas ended up on the editing room floor. Sad, I know, but I was so happy with the story. The stories are written by me. They're not written using AI. They're not taken off the internet. They're my own feelings, my own memories, and what I think will hold true for the child in all of us, which is why it's Christmas Story for all ages. Meaning ages like, are you 1, are you 2, are you 3, not like decades. So, and I'll talk about the disclaimer in a minute, but so these are my words. And the pictures coordinated for the most part with whatever I wrote, which was just amazing. So it's Frosty the Snowman, through the magic of his hat, taught us to make every single moment count. Now, I don't know if you can see, but everything has sheer frost German glass glitter. And this one has snowflakes that I use German glass glitter on. And then we have the ribbons. Then on the back of that, it says, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer taught us to be tolerant and accepting, and that what's unique about each of us is a gift to be cherished. Then we have A Miracle on 34th Street teaches us to never forget what it feels like to be a child and to believe in the impossible. The Gift of the Magi reminds us that selflessness and love are the greatest gifts of all. This is the only one that doesn't have German glass glitter, and I'll probably add it in the one that I do live with you guys. So the classic story, A Christmas Carol, reminds us that money does not buy happiness and that kindness can truly change someone's life. My favorite version of A Christmas Carol is George C. Scott. I watch it every single year, and I'll have to tell you a story about A Christmas Carol when we're in the private group. Okay, then it says, in the Polar Express, we are reminded of the importance of believing, the value of friendship, and the spirit of Christmas. And then this one, and can you believe there's a little girl and a dog? Like, how perfect is this? And who can forget the Grinch who stole Christmas? Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a little bit more. And then on the back, we have the same little girl reading a Christmas story and she's facing the other way. So I just feel that it closes out this whole experience for me. And then I have in the kit, you'll get another option if this isn't your thing, but it means a lot to me. So it's for Unto Us a Child is Born, which is a line from A Charlie Brown Christmas. And it just encompasses everything that I feel about the holidays. Thank you so much. Thanks, you guys. So, and then that's bound with a little clip. And then on the back, I just put snowflakes. So let me talk about what's in the kit. Pretty much everything you see is included in the kit. And hi, Sandy. Thank you, Sandy D. Oh, you're both Sandy D. Thank you both. So there are a few things. So let me just, the clipboard, the ribbon, the canvas, corrugated, you're going to take off the box, the ribbon, the scrapbook paper, the box, the piece of plastic, the scrapbook paper, these images, these scrapbook strips. Some of this will even already be cut down for you. So you don't even have to do anything. I want to try and make it as easy and as fun as possible. I could see an argument, you guys, now that I'm looking at this, and we'll do this. I don't know what it's going to be, but we're going to put something up here, whether it be the date, but something's going to go there. What a missed opportunity, right? All of the verbiage will come pre-printed in the kit. You do have to cut it up. I use Tim Holtz. Do I have it sitting here? Yes. You're going to want a distress ink. It's just the easiest thing. I love to use Vintage Photo. Any of them will do. Walnut's another really good one. It's just darker. Antique Linen I like, but it's lighter. So this is not in your kit. And I use a little blending tool. Also not in your kit. There are other things you could use. Coffee stain, tea stain. So everything there is included. The German glass glitter, the sheer frost, is in your kit. So it's a 1 ounce size. Paint Couture is making them specifically for us. So in your kit, you'll get a 1 ounce of the sheer frost German glass glitter, 1 ounce of the antique gold metallic, which will last you a lifetime. And then a 1 ounce of a cream colored paint and a 1 ounce of a black paint. So we'll all have those same things. The ink again, please. Yes. So it's Tim Holtz Distress Ink Vintage Photo. It's just the perfect medium color, not too dark, not too light. I tend to go over the top and I'll use this. And then sometimes I use walnut on the outside. I'm going to rein myself in because it doesn't make a difference. And we don't want to get a bunch of things that we already have. We just don't. Okay. So everything that you see here is included except the little snow dots in the background. For those, I used Pentart Snow Crystal Pen. You don't have to have this. You could use, I don't have anything to drink and my throat's dry. You could use just Pentart pouring glaze, which will give you dimension, and sheer frost German glass glitter. Now, it won't be as white as this, but that's okay. I use the pen and I use German glass glitter both at the same time. So this is not included. In the bottom right here, I have snow. I made that with Pentart Snow Paste. The reason I'm not including these things is because you don't have to have them and it would drive up the price of the kit. So we don't want to do that. In lieu of snow paste, you could use any texture medium that you have. The difference, in my opinion, between snow paste and other texture mediums is this does have a tad bit of a grit in it. So you could use paint couture crust. Crust has more grit than this does, but this is white. And so all you would have to do is, if you're using something that's not white, is just paint it white. Use what you have. So that's that side. These images you're going to get, you just have to fussy cut them. And then on this side, the other thing that's not included is the transfer, the kitschy transfer. But, oh, thank you, Judy. That means a lot. That means so much. You could use other transfers, right? And they would just be images to go with the text, and it would be stunning. These images go with the story. Again, it was just like a perfect accident. I don't know. It just all came together. I do have some Kitschy Christmas left in stock. Not a ton, but I do have some. But almost so many people got it because I listed on my website that it would be in this year's journal. So then all of these pages, cardstock, will be in your kits. Like I said, the verbiage, you're going to have to cut it out. All of the ribbon, it may differ a little bit. I'm not expecting it to, but it could. Random piece of paper here. It's just, they're smaller than a regular cardstock. I just bought a whole package of it. Again, I'm trying to be cost efficient for us, as if this can be. I know it's just, there's a lot here. So for this snowflake on this card and the snowflake that's here, and I'll tell you why, I used the Decoupage Queen stencil. I could have easily used vintage snowflakes. So I figured, everybody has a snowflake stencil, or you have the vintage snowflake stamp. But the reason that I use the stencil is I'm thinking and creating at the same time. And by the time I thought of this, it was too late for me to use the stamp. That's the only reason why, just because of my brain and it not working right. One other thing, and I just don't know this, so I'm just full disclosure. For this canvas sheet, and there's layers and layers of paint on here, you probably can't tell, but each layer of paint makes a difference. And I wouldn't get the same look if I omit one of the layers of paint. All the paint you'll have. But I was worried about the transfer sticking really well, so I did use Pentart Textile Medium. Pentart has very specific textile products. So they have Pentart Textile Medium. What does that do? That prepares any surface that's material to accept a transfer. That will give you better adhesion than without it, is what Pentart is saying. They have textile decoupage medium. We don't need that for this project, but they have that. They have textile or fabric paints specifically for fabric. All I can do is tell you what Pentart says. I can't speak to what's the real deal. I totally think clear liquid patina would be a great substitute. I'm just keeping it real. Also, I have way too much ribbon in my bow. Okay, so I love it, but there's way more than I need. Okay, so that's the other thing. You'll get this ring. I'm trying to include everything. So if I go from my list, supplies in your kit, clipboard, the wooden box, the canvas sheet, piece of cardboard you're going to tear off your shipping box, the wooden tag, music scrapbook paper, the random, the striped, ivory colored ribbon for the cover, various ribbon strips for the bow, wire for the bow, because you're going to need that, the wording. You're going to get the graphics for the diorama thingy, the plastic sheet, the paint, the sheer frost, pale gold metallic, foam tabs to make your images pop. I wanted you to add that. The cardstock sheets, the loose leaf ring binding, and the ribbons for your book pages. So part of this is supply list for anybody that chooses to do the workshop only. They know exactly what I'm using. The other purpose is so that I know how long everything's cut to. It's a good reminder for me. So what I'm also using that's not included, the Kitschy Christmas transfer, Pentart Snow Pen, clear liquid patina, but you could use Mod Podge. And that, the only reason I use that is for the German glass glitter. That's a great kit. Oh, thank you. Gosh, that really makes me happy, Lisa. Thank you. Pale blue paint. That's what I used with the snowflakes here. And I use Prom Queen, any pale blue. You could use a different color, but it really matches really well. You could go get the dollar ones from Walmart, Hobby Lobby. Distress ink and vintage photo. Glue that dries clear for attaching the plastic. I love, love, love this, and it's not expensive. Beacon 3-in-1. I'm going to tell you that it smells bad, which probably means you're supposed to wear a respirator. That's my guess. Acid-free and waterproof. Grabs, dries clear, grabs fast, dries fast. I love this. Any of the Beacon, there's a Magnatac, probably would work the same. But I found that to be something that I cannot live without for a lot of the steps. Hot glue. You need that for your bow. Did I use it for anything else? I don't know. Scissors, Rust-Oleum matte sealer in the can, and it's optional. You guys see me use it all the time. I use that to spray these front and back. Does it make a difference? I don't know. But when you go to get these wet, they curl. Well, when you paint one side, it curls up. When you flip it over and paint the other side, it counteracts that. But I don't know what would happen without it, but it's not a must. Decoupage medium, I already said that. Oh, yeah. That is because of your scrapbook paper. So you could still use clear liquid patina. Pentart Snow Paste, talk to you about the texture medium, and then the fabric medium, which is optional. When you get your supply list, if you scan this QR code, and you guys, I want to show you, oh, yeah, let me go back to that in a minute. To get into the Facebook group, and I'm not embarrassed to say I had the hardest time figuring this out. So you just go to the camera on your phone, excuse me. Down here, you have to be in photo. Portrait or any other mode won't work. And then you line it up and you'll see that yellow box around the QR code. Oh, wait. Hold on. Okay, then you hit Facebook and it takes you, oh no. Good thing I haven't done this yet. I may have grabbed the wrong QR code, which would not be the first time. Yep, I got it. Anyway, you'll get a QR code that really works, not this one. Note to self. That's why I thought I double checked it too. So that's how you get into the group. I'll start adding people right away, but I will be live November 11th at 3 p.m. I'm tempted to record the beginning so you guys could get started. That's just giving me enough time to get the kits out. But it's so much more fun to do live. I am waiting on the stuff from Paint Couture. Otherwise, I have everything. The only other thing that I want to say is because I'm using, what do you call it? Plexiglass, okay? The plexiglass is thick, and if you don't attach it just right, it may not want to close. Mine closes. I just have to squeeze it shut. And I will talk you through that. But then it totally sits. Am I going to want that bright light in my eyes? Just don't look at it, Lisa. So it totally sits just like this. And then, but thank you, Tracy. Part of me struggles with whether I really want it closed or not. So like, is the closure thing like a deal breaker? I don't know. I may not want to do that. So that's just it. Do you have any questions for me? Yes, Tracy, you can do class only. I just have to add that option, and it will take me about 15 minutes to do that. What did I just, oh my God, you guys, I hit a filter, which you can't make this stuff up. These are all the filters that are on my document camera. There we go. That's so funny. Yes, Carol, class without kit. I just need to add it, and it's going to take me 10 minutes to do that. So that will be on my site. If you do the class without the kit, you will automatically get a download for the supply list and the QR code. So I have to change that. And you're going to want to print that right away because I think the link expires. I can still send it, resend it to you, but just so that you know. Spooky, right? What does the tag say, Sandy? So the front of it, let me grab it off of here. The front of it says Christmas, excuse me, looking down, but it says, it's like what the whole thing embodies. It says, what is the meaning of Christmas? It turns out everything we needed to know, we learned as a child through the magic of Christmas stories. Copyright. And this is important. Two things, actually. First, I don't know if you knew this or not, but I have loyalty points on my site. So for every dollar you spend, you get a point. Accumulate 100 points, and you can turn that in for 10% off a purchase. However, I work so hard on my workshops, and I try and price them as low as possible for it to still make sense for me to do it. For that reason, I'm not allowing loyalty point coupons to be used on my virtual workshops, but my website doesn't let me exclude it. So I just put it in the title. So if you want to use your loyalty points on supplies, just do the journal separate, and I promise I'll refund excess shipping. So that was important. Oh, copyright. These are my words. This is my story that I hope reflects all of our stories, but there is the copyright that please do not teach this workshop like with my words or things like that, or mine's obviously been influenced by all the things that I've seen over the years. I'm just saying, please don't replicate what I've done as your own. Make as many as you want, sell them. Don't sell my digital content, so like my words or whatever, but you can use them as much as you want. Does that make sense? It's like for personal use, yes, you can make money off of the products that you create. I don't want you to use my words. I'm protective of that. Using paints. We can order kit and other items together. Sandy, okay. Wait, so I ordered the kit. Did you already send the email for the downloads? So anybody that ordered a kit, everything is in your kit. So you don't need any of the downloads. That sheet that will have the right QR code, it's in your kit. The words are in your kit. Everything's in your kit. Because we're human, I will attach to the file section in the group a copy of the words. That way, For personal use, if you want to make 10 of these, you can download that 10 times. If you did workshop only and no kit, I still want you to have the words. So there will be a download in there. Does that make sense? Sandy, the only thing you can't use loyalty points on is the actual virtual workshop with kit or without kit. So that needs to be a separate order. You can use loyalty points on anything else. It's just not the kits. So what I'd have to do behind the scenes, and I just don't work this way, is I'd have to increase the price to cover that 10% off, and that would affect everybody. And that's just not how I like to do things. That I don't feel like that's fair to people. So I hope that that makes sense. Is the class only on Facebook? Sandy, that is an awesome question. Here's what I think I might be able to do, Sandy. I can figure out how to put it on YouTube if I have to. Okay, so I've done it before. It's the recording at the same time. So what I have to do, no, I know I can do it. Yeah, I know I can do it. It just wouldn't be live. If I go live on YouTube, I think it has to go to everybody. So, but I can make that happen if I need to. So, Sandy, if you want to join in that, something that's important to you, put it in the comment section. You know, I really want to watch this on YouTube. I don't do Facebook or something like that, and I can make it happen. I can do that. Without using points, we can order kit and other items together. Yes, you can. But if you have points and you can save the 10%, I mean, I don't know. I guess that's whatever works for you. I try so hard to think of ways to make it the best possible experience. Thank you, Michelle. I'm glad. Is the class only on Facebook? Okay, I got that one. Any other questions for me? Registration is open right now. I have everything that I have in stock. I have that number of classes available. If I run out, I will add probably 5 or 10 at a time, as long as I can get what I need. Had reward points on my last order. Yay! I know, and I think you get emailed something, you guys, but I don't know. I'm never on my website as a user. Me too. I need YouTube and can't do Facebook. Absolutely. I can make that happen. I just don't think it can be live, but I'm going to do my homework and figure that out. I'd love to think that it could be, but no, it can't be. What I'll have to do is upload the videos after, which, how will I do that? I still can make it happen. I just got to think about it. But you won't be able to join live. So what'll happen is I start on the 11th at, I think I don't remember what time. Let's just say 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If I download the video from Facebook, which I think I have to do, I have to actually convert it, which takes about an hour. And then I would upload it to YouTube. So I would say it would be uploaded to YouTube within 24 hours. Knowing me, it'd be within 6 hours, but just to be safe, 24 hours. But again, please, please, please let me know that in the comment section. Helpful so we can stop, rewind. Yeah, they are. And I'm going to want to have them backed up anyhow. So Facebook has made it now where I can't use StreamYard, which is how I'm visiting you guys right now. I can't use StreamYard with a group. If I used YouTube only, I can't go live to just a group. So what I have to do is go to my YouTube group, and I can't, and I'm gonna have to download it and convert it. And you will all have access to both. So I'm just gonna plan on doing that. because I think one, it's more reliable, not worried about anything happening to it, and it's a great backup for me. So I will be doing both. Any other questions? You guys are so sweet. You can't use points, but do you earn points? Yes, you do earn points. And I'm saying you can't use points, meaning Lisa's just saying that. My website thinks you can because I can't exclude it from it. So yeah, you'll earn points for sure. You never earn points on shipping, so it's just on the product. Anything else? Yay! I'm so excited, you guys. I just could not be happier. And what I'm hoping that we'll do is we'll use what we learn from, like, you guys, like, my brain is spinning with ideas for this side right here. Like, what we're going to be able to create is going to be like mind blowing. Fine with me. I can do that. And if I need to ask you anything, I can figure that out. We'll use the email. Tracy, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. But yeah, we'll find out. And I'm really good. YouTube lets me know whenever anybody comments, and I just answer questions there. It'll just be a little bit like you'll just have access later. But I know me, you guys, when will they ship? So because Paint Couture is doing me a specific favor by doing the German glass glitter in 1 ounce, I think that I've got to wait for them to make the labels. So I'm fingers crossed that it's next week. My kits will be all prepped, ready to go, just waiting to add the paint. So I will have that. Anything else, you guys? You can always message me too. Put any comments in here. And at least for the first 24 hours, I always go in and look at comments. I've been terrible about responding lately because I'm being pulled by myself in so many different directions, keeping up with the new release, keeping up with the Golden Ticket group, coming up with ideas for that, thinking those through, making the journal. And to make matters worse or better, I have another virtual workshop that I'm going to launch in 4 weeks because I'm excited about that too. It won't be as involved as this. Wonderful. I'm feeling like a little kid. Me too. That kitschy Christmas just stole my heart the minute that I saw it, which is why I think Yuletide would work too. I think there would be enough on there. Crimson Velvet, I haven't looked at yet, but kitschy Christmas stole my heart. All right, you guys, I appreciate you. I will see you guys later. Bye, everybody. And I'll keep you posted on when stuff's shipping too. Bye, guys.